At the moment, I'm in the home of television and film. There can only be one place in the whole of the UK that exists to, and that is Elstree. And I'm here at the most filmed house, or hotel shall I say, in the area. Formerly known as the Elstree Hotel, this is the Manor. The Manor was used in many films in the 60s and 70s, and largely known for The Clockwork Orange and Devil Rides Out, and maybe School for Scoundrels. However, tonight I'm going to show you some locations from some very underrated films that were filmed here. A sex comedy series called Confessions was largely filmed here. I'm going to show you some of those locations, and I'm also going to show you Stardust with David Essex. In fact, that location is right here. As you can see from the now and then pictures, nothing's really much changed, but it was very nice for the Manor to put the umbrellas up just to make it look more authentic for the day. In one of the confession films, Robbie actually ran down these actual steps I'm going down right now, and he ran right up this pathway and heading towards no man's land as he was getting chased by some very vicious dogs after getting quite randy with a woman back in the house, and we'll visit that in a second. Now sadly, times have changed since the 1960s, and unfortunately one big change is that right round here there's a tent. In the 1960s that would have been a tennis court, and that tennis court would have been famous for the classic film School for Scoundrels, where the great Terry Thomas and Ian Carmichael battled it out. And even though the film was filmed at two separate parts of the day, you can tell by the shadows on the floor, it was an amazing piece of film history. Now it's been sadly taken away, replaced with some rather boring slabs and a gazebo, which is probably for a wedding. We're now going to go inside the hotel and round to the front to show you some classic exterior shots and a very rare occasion when a film crew actually went inside the actual manor. And even though this exciting scene was in fact Robin Asquith getting quite randy with a woman, one of them which was topless, the manor allowed it all to happen inside one of the very rooms. So let's go and see that right now. Back in the day, the Elstree Hotel, now the Manor, allowed full frontal nudity to happen right inside their lobby, which is very hard to imagine. Considering on film it looks like a normal room, this was probably the hardest location to find. For me that was, not for my location advisor, who found it straight away. So we're on the grounds now of the Manor, and it has changed significantly over the years. So many films have been filmed outside using the front of the building, which is, you know, quite normal. The round bit of grass that sat in the middle of the car park, where that is situated right there now beside me, has been shrunk dramatically in size, but also, you know, that hasn't really taken away anything from what we can already see. The good thing, what we can see here is that we can see some real great locations that were used here in the 1970s, as well as from the film The School for Scoundrels. I've whisked myself to the front entrance here on this rather narrow country lane. But just to bring you here, because this road here is very significant as well in Confessions of a Driving Instructor. Robin Asquith, with his new learner driver, shall I say, that he was going to get more than he bargained for, would drive from this here and actually then curve and drive straight into the entrance here, and that would have led him to the interior that we saw earlier on, where he was having his end away inside the hotel entrance. It's so good to walk through these magnificent pillars and, you know, walk into the entrance of what is the manor. It's just, it is quite something, you know, it's quite a nice feeling that you're walking into something that, you know, holds so much film history from the last 40 or 50 years from cinema. It's crazy.
We could have a nibble afterwards.
Oh, yes, all right then.
Super.
That building there is one of the prominent locations in Elstree. It's been used for absolutely everything. An old mansion, an old haunted manor, you name it, it's probably dubbed it up many, many times. And the one thing that I've just found out while staying here is that another film crew is descending on this hotel after I leave. So it's still being used this very, very day, and it is still one of the most significant locations in the area. And it was just a pleasure to stay here and being able to do this documentary, but also enjoy the atmosphere that is soaked up at the manor in Elstree.